Hi friends, my name is Jack and this is Bible with Jack. Today we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast in the field that the Lord had made. He said to the woman, "Did God actually say you shall not eat of any tree in the garden?" And the woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the tree in the garden, but God said, you shall not eat the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die." But the serpent said to the woman, "You shall not surely die, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you shall be like God, knowing good and evil." So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make one wise, she took of it the fruit and ate it. And she also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both were opened, and they saw that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves both loincloth. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" And he said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself." He said, "Who told you you were naked? You've been eating of the tree which I have commanded you not to eat." The man said, "The woman whom you gave to me to be with me, she gave me the fruit of the tree, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this that you've done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, curse you above all livestock and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put an enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you." And to Adam he said, "Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and you have eaten of the tree of which I have commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles you shall bring forth for you. And you shall eat the plant of the field. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For you are dust, and dust you shall return. The man called his wife Eve, because she was the mother of all living. And the Lord God made for Adam and for his wife garment skin and clothed them. Then the Lord God said, "Behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. Now lest he reach out his hand and take of the tree of life and eat, and live forever." Therefore the Lord God sent him out of the garden of Eden to work the ground from which he has taken. He drove out the man, and at the east of the garden he placed the cherubim and a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way of the tree of life. Oh, what a sad story. Notice that when God asked, "Where are you?" I think God already knew, but he wanted confession from Adam and Eve, or before that it was man and woman, right? And you notice that they end up blaming each other. Adam blamed the woman, and he said, "God, you have given me the woman." So he blamed the woman. And the woman blamed the serpent, and no one really took accountability. And that's like for every one of us. We tend to blame our circumstances and our actions because of someone else. And they call this they call this victim mindset. But if you're in a victim mindset, that will hold you back and hold you down. But if you take responsibility and change yourself, look in the mirror and change yourself first, I think that's when you truly grow. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and I'll see you next time for Genesis chapter 4.